the girl them, feed the girl them, feed the girl them, feed the girl them.
You are now listening to an episode of Fitigalem, the podcast, with Shanti and Kizzy.
Feed the girl them, feed the girl them, feed the girl them, feed the girl them, feed the girl them.
Hey guys, welcome back to Fitigal Them podcast.
Wagwan.
It's your girl Kizzy and
Shanti.
we're here today to talk about maybe a topic that some of you have heard of, maybe some of you haven't. It's that Instagram has done a new update which allows for more privacy for viewers.
Yeah. It's actually pretty interesting. So Instagram actually did two updates. So the first update that I really liked was the fact that they have the dark mode now on Instagram.
What? I didn't see
Yeah.
that.
They have the dark mode now.
You
So
know, honestly I haven't opened Instagram.
then
this
again,
week.
still you have the Android, so like
I have an Android and an iPhone.
Oh, you do?
I have an iPhone. I use it as to make long distance calls.
I'm dead.
But I can't connect to the Wi-Fi here, so I can't see the updates yet.
Yeah, so
But on Android, there's no updates.
So you know like how on your phone you can actually like change the viewing, so like you can pick if you want like the regular mode, which is like look at my phone. Like you see how it's like all bright and stuff? Yeah, so you have that, and then you can make it night. It's like a night version, I guess, like dark mode. Yeah. I've been waiting for Instagram to have the dark mode, because like I have dark mode on like every other app, so like Twitter. It's better for your eyes. Like I feel like it's better for like light sensitivity. I prefer it that way still. But anyways, that was one of the updates. And then the other one, which people are not really happy about, is the fact that they've now removed the following tab. So it actually restricts your use on Instagram now, so you can't actually see what your followers or your friends are liking, what they're commenting on.
Mixed reviews about that.
So I figured that we could talk about that a little bit. I haven't actually checked, but I'm gonna go on Twitter right now and see like what some of the reactions were.
Yeah. Well, while you're logging in, I'll just say that I actually don't have a problem with this update. I don't know. I never really checked what other people were liking.
Yeah, and you know that's a thing too, because Instagram came out with a statement, and they were saying that people weren't really using the feature to begin with. Like they realized that users weren't actually using the feature, which is why they actually ended up taking it down briefly for some, like as a test, like for certain users in August, like last August. So they ended up taking it down for some users. So so those users didn't even realize that it was gone on their app.
Okay.
So they were like trying to test to see like they do stuff like that apparently. So they actually like they realized that people weren't using it and they had no problem with it being gone. Yeah. So they're like, okay, let's just take it off completely, you know?
Well, I heard on the radio because I'm basically from 1997. I heard that it's kind of, they related it to like more like a relationship dynamic. Like girls would check up on their guys to see which pictures they were liking, or if you're liking Cutie Pie 227's picture, she knows without even logging into your thing because it's on her Instagram.
It's on there,
so there's mixed reviews because some people actually like to check what their friends or partners are doing, while on the other hand it could be like other people just want more privacy and just want to like what they want to like without getting watched or noticed. So I saw it from that point of view first. So I don't know, that then again it ties in with the relationship dynamic of things. Like how do you trust your partner? Is it okay if your partner likes other girls' pictures or other guys' pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess the new update is testing the boundaries of some relationships right now.
Yeah, because I feel like I didn't even recognize that it was gone at first. Like, I didn't even get it. It was not until I went onto Twitter and then I realized that everyone was
Everyone's
going
having a
crazy.
meltdown.
Yeah, like all the girls were going crazy because now they're like, I think I even saw this one girl, she like posted, she's like, oh, now I'm gonna have to take his phone. Like, now I'm gonna have to take his phone and go see what Instagram girls he's liking and stuff like
Okay.
that. I'm like, what?
Wow.
Okay.
It's stirring the pot there a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, I'm not like a tech person at all. So I don't even notice these I'll notice the updates, but like it doesn't usually bother me. I'm not on Snapchat or Twitter, so I don't even know how that works. But Instagram for sure. Um yeah.
So I have some tweets here that I just pulled up. Um, someone actually, someone actually replied to Instagram saying, "Why do you think we don't use the following activity tab? Are you crazy or kidding? Of course we use it. This is horrible. It's like the end of Instagram. Please cancel this update. Really, it's not good."
Do you notice that we don't like change?
That's all. I'm not gonna lie though, I
Like,
typically don't like the updates on Instagram.
yeah.
Like, it wasn't until the dark mode update that I actually was like, yo, this is great.
You remember when Instagram first started stories?
Yes.
And it was like, oh, they're copying
They're copying
Snapchat and we don't like
Snapchat,
it.
yeah.
And this and that. And like now everybody posts a story every day. I don't know. I just think it's kind of funny when I kind of just sit back and look at everybody kind of panic and scramble. But I do also panic if Instagram like shuts down for a day. You know, like
yeah,
when it
like
glitches.
when it glitches and stuff, for
Yeah,
sure.
I get mad. I don't know why. It doesn't even. I could go read a book or something, but like I panic. And that's strange
Yeah.
because that means I depend on the app. One thing about Instagram that I kind of ish like that they do is they tell you how much screen time you're using or how long you've been on the site for the week. Have
Oh
you
yeah,
ever seen
yeah,
that?
yeah, they do.
Yeah.
My phone also does that still.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the insights on Instagram. Like, if you turn your account into like a business account, and you can see
Yeah.
like you can see who you're engaging with on
I did that
Instagram.
once by accident and freaked out.
Really?
Yeah, I freaked out. I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah, so like you can see when new people are coming to your page, the amount of impressions that your page has on like people that don't actually follow you, but like they can see your content, stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, Instagram, honestly guys, it's not that bad. I saw some funny ones. I don't know why I'm not seeing them now. Okay, yeah. So Alexis Vong says, Instagram deleted the following tab and now my nosy self is upset. How am I supposed to see the memes other people be liking? LMAO hashtag Instagram update. I mean, definitely I'm here for the memes. So that one was funny still.
I don't know. Like I don't watch anybody.
Susie TRBL says, this new Instagram update doesn't let you see what your followers are doing. How am I supposed to see what my crush likes? Okay, guys, this is this is a big thing. Like, I'm noticing that everyone's upset because they can't see what
they can't see a specific person.
Yeah, they can't see what a specific person is doing. And why is it bothering you so much?
I feel like I'm on the side of the specific person. Like, I like that you can't see what I like.
I'm glad that you can't see what I'm doing anymore. Not that I'm doing
Not that we're doing anything bad, but it's like,
it's just, I feel like it's an
it?
invasion of privacy, you know?
Yeah.
It's but then again, when I look at that same following thing, like, that same thing happens on, it happens on Twitter too.
Huh.
Yeah.
So, for those of us that aren't familiar with Twitter, the small percentage of us, what's the difference?
Well, Twitter is more for like your, day-to-day like activity posts.
Just
Yeah.
your late night thoughts. and
Yeah,
your
late
early
night
morning
thoughts, early morning thoughts.
Okay.
If you just want to retweet a thought that someone had earlier this morning, like whatever. It's more. I like Twitter. Like I prefer Twitter still. But I
Mhm.
mean, it's the same kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, so let me ask you something. Do you still use Facebook in this day and age?
Rarely. Honestly, what I do now with Facebook is I link my Facebook to my Twitter and my Instagram, because you can do that now.
Yeah.
So everything I post to my Twitter and Instagram, I can choose if I also want to share it on Facebook, which is cool. But I really don't really use Facebook. Like I like to think of Facebook as like that social platform that I use just to entertain my family. Like when my like
Every
like that's the one I give.
excuse.
Yeah, that's the one I give when family members like at like family
Yeah, we should
functions
keep in
want to like
contact.
follow me on something. I'd be like, yeah, just take my Facebook.
But now what I'm finding is that all my older family members are having Instagram accounts.
Oh yeah, that's
And
definitely
they're trying to follow me.
Oh my gosh, that's definitely happening. Like I keep the thing is like it used to save me because my page used to be private on Instagram.
Yeah.
But up until like maybe 4 or 5 months ago, I changed it, so now my profile's public.
Yeah.
Just because I want to interact with more people and I want to up my following and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I'm getting these weird requests from like my little cousin that shouldn't even be on Instagram.
Yeah.
Certain family members that should remain, unnamed, who I don't really mess with.
Like, what you doing on Instagram?
Yeah.
Why,
but it's
what
cool
you
though,
doing here?
cause hey, that block button that still works.
I've never blocked anybody in my
Are
entire
you serious,
life.
bro?
Never
I
have
have like
ever blocked
I've
anybody.
blocked like I don't know. I want to say dozens of people.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I block like it's nothing. I block crazy on Twitter too. Yeah, it's like it's not even like you don't even have to say anything to me. Like I said, like family members who I definitely don't want to see my page. I don't need you. You know, really annoying family members that comment on your stuff. Yeah, I don't need you commenting on my stuff.
Okay.
Like I'm the kind of person like if I see like a family member commenting on my post, I just like hide the comment or something. Yeah, I do that.
What, you actively
try it? Yeah, I don't want to see that on my picture. Like, like, oh, you're growing into such a pretty girl. Like, I don't need to see that on my on my
you
post.
don't like that?
No, I don't like that.
I don't mind it. I'm just like, oh, thank you, auntie.
I'm like, no, bro. Like, come into my DMs with that. I have aunties and stuff that will do that. Like, they'll slide in my DMs and be like, oh, like they'll comment on like something I post in like my Instagram story. That's totally okay. Like, I'm here for that. But like, don't comment on my picture, like unless it's like a heart eye, like the heart eyes emoji or something.
Yeah.
Just keep it simple. I don't need some long epistle, like please stop.
She's very impatient about her
yeah,
Instagram.
I mean they do it on Facebook, which is the reason why I'll keep it on Facebook. You know what I'm talking about? You know what was like really annoying? Like I have this one really annoying aunt. She constantly posts on Facebook about her Republic. She's black, so she posts about her black Republican political views on her Facebook page.
Oh yeah.
And she constantly links me to her page. So if you go on my Facebook, you'd keep seeing Republican views, and I'm like, I'm not Republican. So you see why I have to block people, guys? I have to block people because I don't want that. I don't want that content on my name. You feel me?
I remember when I was like, because I don't remember when Facebook came out, but when it came out, I wanted a Facebook account so bad, and I was from the generation where I wasn't allowed to use MySpace. And I always wanted a MySpace account. Even today, I'm tempted to make a MySpace account. I don't know why. I just want one because I always wanted to be on MySpace, and it's still up. If you go look, you can make a MySpace account, guys. Yeah. I know, like nobody's on it. It would just be me. Yeah. But I wanted to have a MySpace. I was never allowed. I think when I was maybe 15, 16, I was allowed to make a Facebook profile. and there's a lot of embarrassing pictures
Oh,
from
definitely.
my beaver teenage
days,
stage,
yeah.
you know, like with the braces and the
Oh,
acne and
yeah.
the pigtails that just weren't right.
Yeah.
And yeah, but it's kind of like a timeline for me to go look back at that point in my life. Because I remember I used to, all my friends were on it from when they were like 12. So I used to use their accounts and talk to people. So, like, I'd talk to people from our neighboring boys' school because I didn't have an account. Or I'd post pictures on my friend's profile. And I go back and I look at that and I look at my old comments and things. And I'm like, oh my God, like, I was such a little baby. I think it's crazy that social media allows you to make, like, a time capsule of your life. Because when you're like our age, that's kind of your life starting at 12. That's what you remember.
Yeah.
And if you're on social media, you can see it. And if you're not like doing anything major like catfishing or trying to blackmail somebody, you might have some fond memories, you know. But I don't know, I don't use Facebook anymore, and not since maybe I was like 17, 18. I just use it to check people's birthdays, to be honest.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
think that's really one of the big reasons why I still
Yeah.
have it. It's that it keeps updating me when it's people's birthdays.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah.
otherwise I really wouldn't know. Unless they were like really close and I
Mhm.
actually go in my phone and save your birthday
Yeah.
into my calendar, but no, most of the time I don't do that.
Yeah. You know which site I can't stand? Like, I really just don't like it. And it's weird for me to dislike a site.
What site?
LinkedIn.
Oh yeah, I hate it. But probably just because I don't really have much to like post on
I
there.
get why it's needed.
Yeah.
And I've had a couple job interviews through it, but like I
Yeah.
think because I had to make it for a class and it had to be so specific because it's like a business profile thing.
Mhm.
Now I just dislike it. I just associate it with finding a job. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I always get LinkedIn emails and people searching for me on LinkedIn. I'm like, why? Like,
Yeah.
why?
I had to make one. Well, I didn't really have to make one, but I made one so it would help me get internships, which is cool still because I got one through there.
Yeah.
But I mean, as you grow like professionally, definitely it's needed. You should definitely have one because it's good. It's a good way to like easily connect with professionals in the industry that you want to work with.
Mhm.
So college students, make a LinkedIn.
Yeah.
You don't have to be on there like it's a Facebook or a Twitter or
No.
Instagram.
It's definitely not like a fun site.
Yeah.
It's definitely for like finding a job.
Yeah, if anything, the notifications that LinkedIn does, they're kind of annoying. So I would opt out of the notifications, like what Kizzy was saying. Yeah,
maybe I'll like
opt
the
out
site
of
more if I
the
do that.
because definitely unless you're looking for a job, you really don't even have to be on there like that.
Mhm.
You know, like I'd say as you have like a new job or something, like update it, like update your resume on LinkedIn or something. But
yeah, it's like an online
yeah,
resume
it's like a little online resume. You can use LinkedIn to actually shop around your resume for you without actually doing it yourself.
Yeah.
Like it's automated. So definitely you should do that. College students or kids that are just looking for jobs. But yeah, what were we saying about this update?
This Instagram update, the new privacy setting. I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it too. I definitely think that we live in a day and age, with this whole digital world that we're living in. We need to give ourselves more. We need to have
boundaries.
Yeah, we need to have boundaries. It's very important that we do, and I think that them limiting your access to what your followers are doing, is definitely needed. We have a lot of issues with privacy.
Yeah. You know what
right
I think
now.
about all the time with social media and sites like this?
What?
Like, there was a time in the world where this didn't exist. I mean, just think about it. We were in it.
Yeah.
Like, when we were like 9, 10, what did we do? We'd go home and watch Cartoon Network. And we'd play on the Game Boy, and we'd do our homework, and maybe we'll talk to our friends through email or MySpace if you had one.
Yeah.
Like, before Mark Zuckerberg, what was the world?
I think before I had a Facebook, and I think I got Facebook kind of late, like later than most of my friends, because I think you had to wait until you were like what 13 to make.
You could lie.
No,
about your
yeah,
age.
that's what happened. You
That
needed to
everybody
be at
lies.
least like 18 at first, I
Right.
believe. You had to be like 18. And I wanted to lie about my age, and my mom wouldn't let me. So, like,
Yeah.
I had to wait a while. I probably made mine when I was 14. And so that was later than others, because I think by the time, like, I turned 12, that's when people were on
Yeah.
Facebook. So I had to keep using MSN. I don't know if you guys did that, but
no,
I used MSN to
I used
talk.
Yahoo Messenger.
Yeah, I used MSN to talk to most of my friends, and
my
I'd
God.
email all the time. Guys,
That
I
was
was
the
really like,
time.
yeah, I'd email all the time, which is crazy because even when I started, when I went on Facebook, um, I didn't, I'd still send emails and stuff, like that was just
Same.
what I was used to. I still send
You
emails
email
today
like your grandma
though.
or your email. I don't
Yeah.
email anybody anymore.
Like
unless
I
it's a
sound
big
like an old grandma, but like I love emailing. And what else? Oh, after Facebook, the next thing I went on was what? Twitter. Yeah, it was Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah, I do have a Twitter account.
You do?
Yeah, but this time I was like 15 and I lost my password.
Oh
and
yes,
I
that
had
happened to
one
me.
tweet.
I was so mad
And I
because
retweeted
like
Justin Bieber.
my first Twitter account, like I used to tweet like the most memorable shit. So like my stuff, like I used to get like so much retweets and stuff on my from my profile. I'm so mad that I can't get back my login information for that page. It's
like
still there. Yeah, it's
brain.
yeah, like I found it the other day. Like I found my old tweets the other day, and I'm like, oh, I was so stupid. Like it's actually crazy. I feel like the biggest problem I had with social media growing up was the fact that I didn't really have anyone like monitoring what I was doing. Like no one monitored like my Facebook activity or my tweets, the tweets that I was making. So, but the biggest issue I had was that my parents would always find my social accounts, like my Twitter account, and I would post like
you're posting things.
I was posting things that I wasn't supposed to. Like I had like so many. It was just my use of profanity was next level on Twitter. So when I remember the day, man, my dad found it and he was like, "Yo,
take it down."
He's like, "You're gonna deactivate your Twitter right now." I remember I had to deactivate
That's
it.
like
I was so mad too because Twitter at that time was like my life. Like the whole idea of being able to comment on literally anything I was doing that day in such a free way. I just loved it. Like I just loved the freedom of speech that you had on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then Instagram, and then at first my Instagram was private, so I was able to control what I was posting on there too. But realistically, I feel like with all of these social media networks, you have to be careful with how you're portraying yourself on them, because I've seen so many people get into uncomfortable situations for like jobs and stuff when people find your social media accounts and you're posting like you don't really show that you can represent a company well by some of the things that you're posting. So I just say, like, if that's what you're trying to do, be mindful of it, because people care about how you represent yourself.
Yeah, that's the scariest thing though. Like always having to monitor like what you say, like basically censor yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
But I remember with Instagram, my first Instagram post. Do you remember your first Instagram post?
Yeah.
What was it?
I think it was probably like a picture of me and my friends.
Okay.
At a party. Yeah.
Okay.
And with a cup in my hand, with a red cup in my hand.
Of course it was.
Yeah, with a red cup in my hand and everything.
I've been drinking. I'm only 12, but
drinking.
Mine was, I think I was 16 or 17 and it was prom. And it was the night before prom. My mom was like, okay, you're allowed to have an Instagram now. And I was like, my first picture is going to be prom tomorrow. And it looks, now like when I look back at it, because I've scrolled all the way down, I'm like, oh my God, Jesus Christ. My prom dress was hideous. Like,
oh gosh.
But it's a good like reminder of where you come from.
Yeah, for sure.
But the only thing, I think like it's interesting how you brought up that social media like kind of brings us together and kind of it takes on a life of its own and grows naturally. It takes up space, it takes up oxygen, and you just create one little thing and it just grows.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is amazing, which is why we even can make this podcast right now and put it up. But I just kind of feel like, I don't know, like I want to go back
to when
like
it was simple.
1996, when you had like a pager. You would page your friends and listen to the radio.
I'm not gonna lie, I find it so interesting when like when my dad talks about using a pager and stuff and having to go to a phone booth and
go to the record store
and
get a Walkman.
I mean, I still do stuff like that though. Like I'll still go to the record store. No one uses a phone.
And renting a movie at the movie store. You didn't have Netflix back then.
Oh yeah,
guys. Me and my friend would save up money
honestly,
every weekend to rent a movie.
For sure.
But the thing is, in Jamaica, I don't know how it was in Kingston, but in country, we were like way in the 90s. We were behind the times.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have like well now it's very techy, but like when I was growing up, I didn't really have a iPod till late. I still had that, you know, those little CD players.
Oh yeah.
With the headphones and it would break like every month and you have to get
a new one.
And like I don't know, we were really way back in the times.
Yeah.
We even had a I don't know if you know a floppy diskette. You know what a floppy diskette?
Yeah.
We had that because our computers at our school were from the 80s, and we never upgraded it. So we couldn't use thumb drives for all of like middle school. I used floppy disks. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like I got like a little taste of the 90s, and I liked it.
I mean, you can always go back to it.
No,
I feel
I'll be the only one there.
I feel like now though. I mean, I was always really techie, but I feel like now, like with that whole experience growing up, you know, going from one medium to the next, now I'm kind of like, I'm okay with it. Like I love social media. I spend a lot of my phone time on social media. So there's Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter. Don't really use Facebook, but it's there. You just have to be mindful of where you plug in. Be mindful of the content that you're putting out on these platforms. I'd say like my Snapchat is probably like my most personal one that I use, because on my Snapchat I only have like my close friends, and then I have like a private story, so like even the closer friends can see specific things.
I think Instagram has that too now.
Yeah, they have the close friends on. Even that, guys, like even all of these features that these social platforms have, they're so like everyone's pretty much copying each other at this point.
Yeah,
but it's cool though. So yeah, I feel like yeah, you know, guys, just be mindful of what you're posting. Be mindful of how you're presenting yourself on more visible social platforms. And yeah,
unless it's like your business, like you're trying to grow like a brand and try to put yourself out there.
Yeah,
I guess
it really depends on what you're trying to do.
Right. Yeah.
How you trying to, you know.
But do you know what my biggest social media fear is?
What?
That I'll get catfished.
Really?
Not in the way that you think. I fear that somebody will take my pictures and make a profile and pretend to be me and catfish people, and I end up on MTV.
Oh no.
That's my biggest fear.
Oh no.
So I'm just putting it out there. If anybody takes my pictures, please don't. Please don't.
We'll talk about that in another podcast. Yeah. Because catfishing is a really big
It's a real thing.
It's a really big thing, especially in our generation, with, you know, all these platforms out here. And like I said, you not being mindful of what you're posting and stuff. And if you're also not mindful of you know, specific things that you're sharing, because I've seen in horrible situations where girls get their nudes catfished, you know, and people like sell them online and stuff. So like you really have to be mindful of who you're sharing your content with as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's that on that.
Yeah, also if you guys have any opinions or views on the new Instagram updates or just the social media sites that we mentioned here,
Yeah.
or if you want more info about it, just comment down below in the comment section and we definitely would like to hear from you.
For sure.
So, see you next episode.
Bye.
Feed the girl them. 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 Feed the girl them.